Hey everyone, we're going to investigate improper fractions with blueberries. So I've got these blueberries that have been cut in half, and we might look at a few improper fractions in order of difficulty. So we might start with 4 halves. What is that as a mixed number? So if we get our 4 halves on the mat here, then we have 4 halves, and we've got confirmed that we've made the initial problem or the improper fraction. And then if we put them together, we can see that 4 halves make 2 wholes. So we can then write that it makes 2, or 2 wholes, or 2 of the one size pieces, like 2 wholes, or 2 of the wholes, because these are one, whole things, because they're cut into one part. So we could write 2 out of 1, or just 2, and it would be the same. Now let's investigate maybe 3 halves. What will we have if we have 3 halves? So we'll just start with 3 halves again, just to check. Yep, it's 3 halves. So what will 3 halves be as so it's improper, and we need to make it a mixed number. So what will it be as a mixed number? And we can see we put 2 of the halves together. There's still a half left over, so it's 1 1/2. We might do a little bit of a harder one. So let's go maybe 9 halves. So we'll put out 3 rows of 3 is 9, and we have 9 halves. So then what is that going to be? Have a bit of a think. Now we'll come across to the blueberries, and we're going to put these together. I mean, some of the blueberries were slightly different sizes, and they haven't met their exact match necessarily, but I find this works quite well for blueberries because they're similar in size, even if they're not exactly the same. It still looks like a whole berry. So we've got 4 wholes and a half extra. So we got 4 1/2 from that. So I love blueberries. I love Play-Doh as well to introduce improper fractions, but I think I love blueberries more. I think they're my new favorite for improper fractions. I mean, we could do a really crazy one, couldn't we? We could do like 15 halves, and then we'll just grab that. So we might grab it as 3 rows of 5. So you go there. We'll make it as an array that we don't need to count, because counting is so boring. Why would you bother when you can just use your arrays? So we've got 3 rows of 5. So 15 halves, like the problem. Okay, and then let's put these together one by one, 1 whole at a time. We've got 6 halves is making 3 wholes, 4 halves is making 8 wholes, 5 halves is making 10 wholes, and we might arrange it like that. So we've got our 5 wholes locked in for the 10 halves. Then we've got 12 halves made 6 wholes. And now we've got 14 halves made 7 wholes, and then we've got that 1 extra. So altogether we got 7 1/2 berries from that. So 7 1/2. And that's my favourite way to introduce improper fractions. So fingers crossed that no one's allergic to blueberries, and if they're not, bring in the blueberries. They're really cheap in summer too. So you can get big bucket loads. And if you're cutting them in half, you get double the amount to use. So it's even more economical.